Hi everyone. So in this video, I'm going to attempt to explain isomers. So isomers are substances with the same chemical formula, or you could say molecular formula, which is C4H10 or like C5H12, but the drawing is different, right? So different structural formula, right? So C4H10, right? So C4H10, if I look at our reference table, so I know it starts with 4, so it's going to be bute. And then I look at the amount of carbons and hydrogens. Hydrogens is 10, carbons is 4. So that's more than double, or double plus 2. It's butane. It's a refresher. It's 2Y, that's C4H10. So one way of drawing it is just straight across, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. And so again, always draw your carbons first. And hydrogens go later. So if I choose correctly, each carbon should have 10 hydrogens. And it does. Right there. So eventually you could stop drawing these, but I'm just gonna do it for the sake of completion. Right, so butane, C4H10. And again, each carbon has 4 bonds and 4 bonds only. And now, if I wanted to change this to an isomer, I have to have the same amount of carbons and hydrogens, but it has to be different in a different structure, right? So the easiest way of doing this is taking one of the carbons and moving them to the middle, okay? So say that again. So the easiest way of doing this is taking one of the carbons and moving it to the middle. So this carbon is in the front, and I'm just going to move it towards the middle. Okay, so I'll now move it here. And let's see, will I still be C4H10 in this structure, or in this molecular structure? If I am, then I am an isomer. So I'm going to use blue, right? So 1 hydrogen, 2 hydrogens, 3, 4, that has 4 bonds now. 5, 6, 7, that has 4 bonds now. 8, 9, 10. So this is also C4H10, but it's not butane. So when you name these, you want to name the longest chain first. So the longest chain is 3. Okay. So I could have also gone in a different direction, but I'll show you that in a second. So if I go across, the second carbon has a methyl group. So the second carbon has 1 carbon. So if you're not sure here, so methyl is METH is 1 carbon. So if I have 1 carbon coming off, you use the prefix meth. If I had 2 carbons coming off there, it'd be ethyl. But since it's only 1 carbon, it's 2 methyl. And then what's the longest chain? Propane. Right? Why propane? Because PROP, that's 3 carbons. So it's 2 methyl propane. Okay. So to make sure it's actually correct, meth is 1 carbon, right? So it's 1C, and prop is 3 carbons. So it has the right amount of carbons. Now count the hydrogens. Is it C4H10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so that is the isomer of butane, because it's not the exact same formula. So if I did this, okay, this is not an isomer of butane. Okay, why is it not an isomer? Because it's still a chain of 4 carbons. Okay, so it just looks different, but the chain is the same. Right? Another way of knowing it's not isomer is, look, this first carbon here is CH3. This first carbon here also has 3 hydrogens around it. This carbon has 2 hydrogens. This carbon also has 2 hydrogens. Okay, this carbon has 2 hydrogens. and this carbon has 3 hydrogens. And then this carbon has 3 hydrogens, and this carbon has 2. So they're both the same in terms of how many hydrogens and how many carbons for each specific atom, right? So this one's isomer because this first carbon is the same as this, right? They both have CH3. This carbon, though, only has CH. Okay, this carbon here has CH3, and this carbon here is CH3. So it's not exactly the same, even though it has the same amount of carbon and hydrogen atoms, right? So let me give you another example. I think that was it for these notes here. I think you can make this smaller. Yeah. So let's say I'm trying to draw pentane, right? So pentane, if I draw as a straight chain, is 5 carbons across. So pent is 5. And I'm just going to draw the bonds where the hydrogens go, but not actually type in or draw the hydrogen. So 1 hydrogen there, 2 there, 3 here, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so those are the bonds where hydrogens should go. And this is C5H12. Okay, all single bonds. So it's all single bonds, ends in A and E. And if it's 5 carbons, it starts with pent. So this is pentane. Right? So an isomer pentane, the only thing you have to do is just move one of the carbons towards the middle. Okay, so actually let me undo that so I can count these for you. So over here, this is CH3. Okay, this carbon here is CH3. Why? Because it's C with 3 hydrogens. This one here is CH2. This one here is also CH2. This is CH2. And this is C with 3 hydrogens around it. So do I have a total of 12? 3 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 3. Yes, that is 12. All right, 5, 7, 9, 12. So let's see if I could change around this formula. Let's see if I can move one of the carbons towards the middle. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm putting this first carbon in the middle. So 5. And actually, I'm going to move on the third one just to emphasize another point about how to name these. So I'll put it on the third one going right to left. I'm sorry, left to right. All right, so let's draw the hydrogens. So I should have 3 hydrogens, 1, 2, 3 on the first one, because it's missing, it needs 4 bonds. And again, I need a total of 12. So this one has 1, 2. This one only needs 1 more bond. This one needs 3 more bonds. And this one needs 4. This one needs 3 more. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Boom, isomer, right? So this is also C5H12, but it's a different structure because now it's CH3, which is the same as the first one, CH2, which was the same as the first structure. So right now it's not isomer, but over here, this carbon only has 1 H. So it's CH, this carbon here is 3 H's. So it'll be CH3, and this carbon here is 3 H's, so CH3. So it's not exactly the same. And this, most students, the first time they see this would say, oh, it's on the third carbon. So it has a methyl group on it. So if it has a methyl group, it has to be, you have to identify where it belongs. So most people say 3-methyl propane because it's on the third, I'm sorry, 3-methyl butane because the third carbon has a 1 carbon coming off of it. However, you could name this from left to right or right to left. So I have 1 here, 2 there, 3 here, 4 here. So left to right, it could be, it's 3-methyl butane, right? Because but is 4 carbons. And then right to left, it's 2-methyl butane. So you use the lowest number. So the second carbon going right to left is has a methyl group. and the largest chain is 4 carbons. It's 2-methylbutane. So 1 carbon here, 4 carbons there, and that's an isomer. Okay. That's a very brief intro on that, and thanks for watching. And please message me if you have any questions.